Springvale, Maine, is where Bree joins us. Bree, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Thank you for taking my call.
You bet. How can I help?
So I'm currently working at a job as a molecular chemist, and we make the COVID-19 rapid test.
Okay.
When I first started this job about a year ago, pre-pandemic, we were a small team of 4, but now since the pandemic, we've grown to over 25.
Wow.
In this time, I'm taking on roles that I didn't originally plan to be taken on. I've been promoted, and I have just a lot more responsibility than I originally wanted, and it's really burning me out. And I'm stuck between staying at this job or moving on to find something else. Just to give you a little bit of background, I'm 23, married. We don't have kids yet, but that's in the near future, something we're hoping to do, and on baby steps 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, good for you.
My true dream job is to be a stay-at-home mom to raise our future children, and I'm wondering if I should stay home and kind of maybe find something else, or if I should stick it out. And the reason why I would want to stick it out is because we're set to pay off our house in September 2022. And I'm wondering if I should just, push through it, a year and a half, or if I should look to find something else, knowing that really at the end of the day, my dream job is to stay at home with our kids.
I would stay where you are, but I would try to make some adjustments, and I think you can. I think the way you laid that out was so beautiful. Congratulations, by the way. You and your husband are crushing it to be 23 and to be in a place where you're going to pay your house off. For you non-Ramsey show listeners, if you're not familiar with Dave Ramsey, baby step 4, 5, and 6 to catch the rest of you up is 15% of their income. Bree and her husband, they are putting 15% of their income away towards retirement. And baby step 5 is saving for eventual kiddies in the college fund. And baby step 6 is paying off the house. The fact that you're going to pay the house off in a little bit over a year and a half, or right at a year and a half from now, if I heard you correctly, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
I think you got to go in and go, they like you. They have liked you enough to where they said, we're going to promote you and give you more responsibility. And I think you have to determine what's causing me to feel burned out. There's 5 causes of what I call buildup. Burnout is just what you feel. Buildup is what's happening. Either you have no juice for the job, so no passion, which is fine because you're not in it much longer anyway. It's a great day job because your dream job is being a mommy. And that's awesome, by the way, Bree. I think that's the best. The other reason, going through the 5 reasons here, I want to get your take. So 1 is no juice, no passion for the job. 2 is a toxic environment, leadership or coworkers. 3 is you're overwhelmed and drinking from a fire hydrant when you walk in every day. I think that's one of them for sure. 4 is underappreciated. You're not being recognized or rewarded for your efforts beyond money. And then 5, you're bored out of your skull. I don't think 5 is an option. So when you hear those, what's causing you to feel burnout as a result of build up?
I think it's definitely I'm trying to drink from a fire hose.
Yeah, 100%.
Sure. Yeah,
all right, so can you talk to your leader? Do you have a good relationship with your leader to where if you were transparent and you weren't griping, which I don't think that's who you are, and you went in healthy and humble and said, hey, here's what's going on. I feel like I'm drowning. Is there any way for me to continue to be a high performer, which you are and have been, but not feel like I'm drowning when I get in the parking lot? Do you feel comfortable having that conversation with your leader?
I do, but my one concern is that everybody that's above me, the people that are now above me are my old coworkers. Like I said, we started with that team of 5.
Yeah.
Everybody but me got promoted to like a manager position, and that was really just purely I had been there the shortest amount of time as everybody.
And you've largely got an assembly line set up, like we're making these tests as fast as we can make them. That's really what's going on?
Essentially, yeah.
Well, that's going to calm down at some point.
I think we also make other tests, like we make the strep, flu, RSV test as well. So there's other tests that are also big on our line, and those we're all back ordered right now. So
are you working 50, 60 hours a week? What's the story?
So right now I am working about 45 hours a week. They moved me to salaried, which has actually been detrimental because I still have to come in,
Yeah.
for some overtime, and that's kind of a sore spot that I have with them as well.
Yep.
And their excuse is, well, we're corporate now and everything's moving slower than it used to, and that I should just be patient.
Right.
But they've been telling me for 2 months now that I'm going back to hourly,
All right.
with the same job title. But,
Well, I would hold them accountable to that with a good attitude, right? But it sounds like to me that because everybody's pulling the crazy hours, there's really no relief right now until they get to a point where they're hiring more people and it begins to slow down a bit.
yes.
I mean, here's the issue. I like when people go to their leader with a solve, not just a, hey, I'm feeling burned out. So what would you change, just for fun? Let's spend a minute on this. What would you change if you were in charge today? What needs to change so that you don't feel overwhelmed, like you're drinking from a fire hose when you walk in?
I think there are some underperformers on the team that aren't really being held accountable, and I would either hold them more accountable or hire people that are more.
Okay. Do you have the ability to push that idea through?
I have tried, and they said they're handling it.
Okay. Well, how long ago was that?
I'd say about 6 months ago.
Oh, boy. Yeah. So it's the extra 5 hours that's really causing this, or is it just the pressure coming in?
It's the pressure. Yeah, it's really not the pressure.
All right.
Or
So
it is the pressure. Sorry.
all right. So now I've diagnosed the situation. I don't know that you're going to love my answer, but I think you can, you've got an option to just bite your lip and go, you know what? I'm going to figure out a way to deal with this pressure, because it seems like everybody's dealing with the same pressure. So it's not like you're being singled out. It's not like you're kind of in your own little island over there and everybody's ignoring you. Am I right?
Yes, I think my situation is unique, though, because I'm higher than the other 25 people, but I'm still lower than the people that I originally started with, and I'm the only person in that situation.
Right, but the point is they're all burning the candle pretty full, too. They're all feeling the pressure, too, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So my point is, one option is you just figure out a way to go, wait a second, I can control how I feel and think. I really can. When an emotion comes in here, I can control how I react to that emotion, thus how I think. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
All right. So that's one way. And you go, you know what? This is a great day job right now. It's allowing me to make some really good money to meet my financial and personal goals. Okay. So you just deal with it and you learn to overcome it, and you come up with some great self-care tactics every morning before you start. It's just the two of you when you come home, and do what you got to do, to relax. You don't have kiddos. Enjoy this time. Believe me. Okay. So just have a great way of relieving the stress, taking care of yourself. Don't get all hung up on it, and realize it is what it is. It's short term, but a great short term solution for your dreams. That's option A. Option B is you go work for somebody else where it's just 40 hours and you're not slammed, and that may or may not affect your payoff date. If you can replace your current income, go for it. I think those are your two options. I don't think you have to stay there. I don't think you're limited to just staying at this one company. But I think you have to weigh it. You have to look out there and look around and decide, should I stay or should I go? And I think that both of those are viable options.